So in this video what we're going to do is called bubble sort. Now bubble sort is it's pretty fun. And why is it fun? It's fun because it's called bubble sort. I think that's a nice name. And I'm going to explain to you why this is called bubble sort to make this process a little more interesting. So what happens in bubble sort is, let's say I gave you an array 1 0, okay, no, I use 0 in the selection sort video, 1 7, and let's say I put 6 over here, 6 1 7 5 4. So now for bubble sort you have to use nested loops. So the length in this case would be what? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 would be the length, viewed number from 0. Now in the first loop we go from 0 to L minus 1, and the second loop, this is the I loop, this is the J loop, we go from 0 to L minus 1 minus I, and this is essentially your bubble. I'm going to show you why bubble sort is pretty cool. So keeping this in mind, let's try to sort our array. So our values are 6 1 7 5 4. Alright, yeah, those are our values. So in bubble sort what you do is you check whether 6 is greater than the value next to it. Let's say you want to do it in ascending order. So you check whether 6 is greater than 6 is greater than 1. If it is, then you swap. So basically, since 6 is greater than 1, you would, I'm sorry, let me use another color. You would swap these two. You get 1 and 6. Now what it would do is, you're still in that J loop. So you're going from L minus 1 minus I. And this minus I, why does this come? I will show this to you. It's pretty phenomenal, it's pretty interesting. So now you have 1 6 7 5 4. Mind you, this went from, let's say it compared, what was that? If the array was A, it compared AI to AI plus 1. Essentially that's what it did. So rather, I'm sorry, it compared AJ to AJ plus 1, because I is the outer loop. So now what it does is, J goes from, let's say the length is 5 in this case, so 5 minus 1 minus I. So that is 5 minus 1, 4 minus I, which is 0 in this case, starting off as 0. And we start from 0 because arrays are numbered from 0. So it goes till 4. Right now J becomes 1, because like you get J plus plus, so it's incremented. So it becomes 1. Now it compares what's at 6 with what's at 7. Is 6 greater than 7? No. J plus plus, J becomes 2. Now it compares 7 greater and 5. Is 7 greater than 5? Yes, it is. So this gets cut here, and 5 comes here, 7 comes here. You end up with 1, 6, 5, 7, 4. Now what happens? J becomes 3. J is 3. So it compares 7 with 4. J and J plus 1. Is 7 greater than 4? Yes, it is. Another, well, swap. So here you have 4 and here you have 7. 1 6 5 4 7. So what you need to take from this is, what you can deduce is that essentially at the end the maximum value, like a bubble, it floated down to the bottom. So that's what I think you should take away from bubble sort, that the maximum value kind of like it floats down to the bottom. Now let's see what happens, because now I becomes 1 and J goes from L minus 1 minus I. So that's, since I is 1, it's L minus 2 and L is 5, so it goes till just 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now the genius in this is that the third element is 4. 0 1 2 3. Since the maximum is already at the end, you don't need to use this for any comparisons. That's why bubble sort is genius, because the maximum value has gone till the end. You don't need to use it for any comparisons anymore. You don't need to use that in any way because it's already part of that framework for your ordered or your sorted array. Now what we do, we compare 1 and 6. 1 and 6, 1 is not greater than 6. So j increases, we compare 6 and 5. Is 6 greater than 5? Yes, it is. So you have 5 over here and 6 over here. So you end up with 1, 5, 6, 4, 7. And it compares 6 with 4. Is 6 greater than 4? Yes, it is. So you have 4 over here, 6 over here. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. It makes another comparison with 6 and 7, but 6 is obviously less than 7. Now in this case, for that sub-array, that if you remove that 7, again the maximum number, 6, has come to, let's say, the bottom. Now what happens? Now I becomes 2. So it goes from L minus 1, which is 5 minus 1 minus 2, which is 2. 5 minus 1 minus 2. So 5 minus 3, which is 2. So it goes from 1, 5, 4, 6, 7 is what the array is as of now. That's what it looks like. So it goes 1, 5. 1 is not greater than 5. 5, 4. Yes. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last comparison it makes is, well, 5 and 6. But again, 5 is maximum and it's reached, say, the end of this small array. Now I becomes 3. And with 3, with 3 you have 5 minus I minus 1. So that's 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. 0 to 1, all it does is compare 1 and 4. And then it compares 4 and 5. But again, 4 is at the maximum. And then I becomes 4, which is L minus 1. So I goes till 4. I becomes 4. And 5 minus 1 minus 4 is 0. And it doesn't compare this last element. So this is your sorted array. I know this explanation was a little mucky. Watch this video a few times to understand it, because I really don't think I'm going to be able to make any other new videos, but if I can, I'm sure I will in the next 2 days, if I can before the exam. But keep watching this video and keep trying to work out bubble sort on your own to understand it. I'm sure you all have the code, from your teachers or your textbooks or whatever it is, but try to understand what this fundamentally is, and I'll be posting up the code in a while. So have a good day, guys. Watch this video again and again if you're confused, and I'm sure you'll understand something. So see you.